y'all, it's Kate from the Literary Apothecary, and today we're going to be doing our weekly reading wrap-up for the week of July 4th to the 10th. So first, let me just say I'm going to have a big book haul video coming soon. I've been getting a ton of books from y'all. Yeah, I've been getting a ton of books from y'all and the used bookstore with trade-ins, so I'll be doing just one big video with all of the books I've hauled recently. Next, I want to say hello and thank you to some of our new subscribers. We have A Journey for the Pages, Leah Rick, Inez Braz, and Jem Reads a Lot. Thank you guys so much for subscribing and watching my videos. It really means the world to me, and without you guys, I'd just be sitting here talking to myself. So thank you so much for subscribing. Now, on to the books that I've read. So I finished 2 books this week. First, the Fireborn by Rosaria Munda. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. I absolutely loved this book so much. I loved the dragons. I loved the story. I loved the characters. I loved everything about this, and I can't wait to read book 2. I believe it's called Flamefall. And see where this story goes. I'm really interested to see where this goes now. The second book that I finished this week is The Paris Architect by Charles Belfour. This book was a historical fiction book about a Paris architect who builds basically secret hiding places for Jewish people to hide in from the Nazis during World War II. And this book was so interesting. For a lot of the book, I was thinking it's going to be a 4-star book for me. It was good, it was solid, I was interested the whole time, but it just didn't have that spark, that 5-star pizzazz. But then the last 100 pages or so just gave you twists and turns one after another and kept you guessing what was going to happen with who, and I was just so surprised by the ending in a totally different way than I thought it was going to be. So I gave this 4 stars. It was good. It wasn't the best historical fiction that I've read. I probably won't read it again, but it was good. It was really good. I highly recommend it if you like those kinds of things. Although I will say here and in the review that I'll do soon, trigger warnings. Obviously, for war stuff, World War stuff, they talk about the Jewish people in derogatory terms because these are the Nazis talking about them, or French men trying to fit in with the Nazis so they're not killed during the war. There's also extreme violence and extreme gruesome torture in this. There's not a lot of it. It's sprinkled here and there in very strategic scenes, but it is there. So if those are trigger things for you, consider yourself warned right now, and I highly suggest going looking up trigger warnings in detail for this book to see if it really is for you. But I really, despite the trigger warnings, I thought it was a really good book. Now, on to the books that I'm currently reading. I have 3 books going right now, and I'm enjoying them all. First, we have The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin, and as you know from previous videos, this is my Jessie at the Bookish Mom birthday read. Jessie's birthday was just this past weekend, and N.K. Jemisin is one of her favorite authors, and so I am reading this for Jessie's birthday. And I am enjoying this so much. It's so different, it's so weird and strange, but I'm enjoying it so much because I like those weird books sometimes. And one of the things that I really enjoy about it is that you can tell N.K. Jemisin grew up in the city and spent a lot of time around real New Yorkers, because a lot of times New Yorkers get that bad rap that we're unsocial, mean assholes, bad people, grumpiness, and that's not the case at all. In the book, there's a character in the very beginning that says, we're only assholes to assholes, and that is the true New Yorker mentality. We'll help each other out. New Yorkers are there to help other New Yorkers out, unless you're an asshole to them. If you're mean to them, they're going to be mean to you. If you don't treat them with respect, they're not going to treat you with respect. And that's the true New Yorker mentality. So that I can really, really appreciate in the city we became. I'm also reading Half Sick of Shadows, and this is an Arthurian retelling based on the Elaine, the Lady of Shalott, and she can basically, through her weavings, she can see the future. And so we've got kind of like the whole Arthurian legend gang here, and I'm enjoying this, although the writing style is a little tricky because we get kind of flash forwards and flashbacks, and we're not specifically told that it is a flashback or flash forward like we are in a lot of other books. So you kind of got to read it and based on the context and the characters in that scene figure out which timeline it fits to. But I'm interested in the stories, seeing where it goes, so I'm going to keep going. And then I'm also reading Mansfield Park by Jane Austen. This is part of my Jane Austen Book a Month read-along with all my friends at the Library of Alexandria's Discord. I'll put that link down below if you guys want to join us. So far, I only just started this yesterday, so I'm still really early in this book. But so far, I'm enjoying this. I read this years and years and years ago, so this is basically like a brand new first-time read for me. And I think I have to take it slower than I took yesterday because I didn't really get to experience a lot of the characters and the setting that I would if I read it slower. So I'm going to slow down my reading and just try to really appreciate Jane Austen's writing. My next reads up after I finish all of these is going to be Malice by John Gwynne. I am so excited to read this. I've heard such great things from Abby and Leslie at the Nerdy Narrative and Alan at Library of Alexandria, and I can't wait to get into this series and really see what all the hype is about. Also, I'll also be starting the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin. This is part of my Jemisin July, and this is my Patreon pick for July. So every month going forward, one of my Patreons is going to pick a book for me to read for that month, and this month was Evie, as she was only Evie's pick, and Evie picked the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin, which she just recently read, I think a couple months ago, and she absolutely loved this book. She gave it 5 out of 5 stars, and I can't wait to see it, read it, and see what all the hype is about. So far, I'm enjoying N.K. Jemisin's writing style in The City We Became, so I can't wait to read another book by her, too. And I'll also be starting ACOTAR, A Court of Thorn and Roses, for my friend Abby Salter's birthday, which was also just a couple days ago on July 5th. This is another birthday read, and Abby absolutely loves the whole ACOTAR series. So I can't wait to read the first book and see what all the hype is about. And yeah, that's it for now. Let me know what you read this past week, what you're looking forward to reading next. As always, my Patreon and Discord information are going to be in the description below. If you want to pick out a book for me, join my Patreon. It's only $1 a month. And start thinking about what books you want to read, what you want me to read. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Keep reading, and I love you all to the moon and back. Bye.